Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
big pleasure to be here. Thank you, Marco, for organizing. It's my first time at NOAH, and so far the experience has been great, and thank you so much for your attention today. So I'm the founder and CEO of EduTech Online. My name is Zheltov, and we are building the world's largest international online school where every student can get a personalized learning path. And it all started with my own personal journey. I've been an international student. My parents have sent me to multiple places. Thanks to my parents, I experienced this great education. And at first, I was studying in 2008 at UCLA. And then I went, and I really liked it. So I've asked my parents to send me to boarding school. So I've been to boarding schools in the UK. It's really amazing to be back here. And then I completed my management degree in Cass Business School. And compared to my home country, what I saw is that here, as well as in the US, the teachers are really motivated to help the students achieve their goals. There's diversity of subjects to study. And I thought, right, how can I bring this for all the students that are now living in emerging countries? And the solution came to me. Basically, it's EduTech Online. It's an EdTech marketplace where we connect two sides. From one side, we'll have schools, colleges, and universities from the US, UK, and Canada. And the K-12 schools in our ecosystem, they teach online to students in emerging countries. It's a great opportunity for the schools to expand their business and to go just from the local tuition that they did to the international, earn extra revenues, diversify their student base. And we see that over the past 5 years that we are running the business, we got really strong traction. So we have over 800 active school partners at the moment. Lessons run 24/7. We get that question a lot in terms of how is the actual study process taking place. So we have live lessons, we have recorded content, and it's a mix of different formats in order to facilitate student engagement. We have over 2,000 teachers that are currently teaching on the platform and over 400 subjects to choose from. And here I'd like to emphasize this point because when you're a student from India, for example, you have 10 or 15 subjects to study in your local school. And now you have over 400 subjects to choose from. That's a big game changer. And if you're from here, if you're from Germany, from the US, for you to be able to choose your subject is sort of, especially at middle school and high school level, that's sort of a norm. But for the students in emerging countries, it isn't. So that's a big game changer for them. We're nearly teaching 100,000 kids on a paid basis, and we have brought $300 million worth of revenue to the schools. 40% is our take rate, and I'll talk about the business model a bit further as well. So far, we've been really capital efficient. We've raised only $20 million this far to get to where we are at this moment. And when it comes to the revenues, 50% of the schools are located in the United States, with 30% in Canada, and 15% are currently in Great Britain. That's why I'm speaking here, and we'll also see that the share of Great Britain and Europe will be growing over the next years, so we are really excited for that as well. One of the main things that drives me personally is actually the impact that we make, because yes, money is important, growth is important, but it's actually kind of how we're going to be remembered. And really, our company wants to leave a legacy of high-quality education accessible to all students wherever they are, and not to limit them by borders, but actually to redefine this education and to make the world-class education available to students as well. So if we look at the market, we see that the EdTech is just in the beginning. According to the recent data by market.us, we see that the overall EdTech market will triple by the year 2033. And what's important to note is that it's important to grow within this market profitably. Over the course of the past year, in Q1 of last year and Q2 of last year, we've already reached profitability prior to taking the last funding of $10 million US. Since then, we've grown our business 2.5x already, and right now we are on track to reach profitability again. So we really know how to scale the business and how to do it profitably in all of the emerging and developed markets. When it comes to the target market size, we have seen the stats that right now in the world in 2020, there were 3.2 billion middle-class families. By 2030, there will be 5.2 billion middle-class families. All of that growth is coming from the emerging countries, and I'll show you exactly which ones and which regions we're talking about. And once the students and the families become middle class and above, they always look at the quality of education. That's an important first step for them. So now we're estimating that our serviceable and obtainable market is 10 million students with 10 billion recurring revenue every year. If we look at our tractions this far, we see that every year our growth has been over 100%. And of course, when we started, it was like 300, 400, 500%. But even now, with the current traction that we get, we managed to keep these strong growth trajectories. By the end of this year, we're going to get to $150 million GMV run rate. And also, besides the paid students, we also have a big community that we have formed that's nearly 500,000 students worldwide that are trying our platform, testing the product, and that's a great way for us to learn what the market wants to see and what the students want to see. Just to explain a bit about profitability, I just wanted to emphasize that in order to succeed in the current economic climate, what the company has to do is not only to focus on the B2C ways of attracting business, but also to foster the B2B relationships. And that's why we have been able to achieve profitability. But with those interested investors, we can discuss it further as we progress. So in terms of our geography at the moment, we launched in 2018. 2019 was sort of incubation stage for us, with most of the growth happening from 2020 onwards. And so far, we've managed to enter 27 countries. That's both the countries where the schools are, as well as where the students are. And we have a very great goal. We are really excited about it. By 2026, we want to scale to 100 countries. We want to cover all of Asia, APAC region. We want to cover the Middle East. We want to cover North Africa and Latin America. That's where most of the growth will be happening in terms of population growth, GDP growth, as well as expenditure per capita. And one of the important things is how we make money. So at first, when we sign up a school on our platform, we get recurring revenues. That's 40% take rate on average from all the fees that the school is making with us. And once the students, we usually work with middle school and high school students, and once they reach a certain stage, which is basically completion of their high school diploma, which they can get with us, we can actually admit these students to universities and colleges. If that happens, then we also earn a 15% commission of the fees. And our target student LTV, take rate adjusted, is $2 to $7K US, and our intention is for the customer to stay over 5 years with us. That's what we're working on. And in terms of our team, we have really talented people, 150 plus members at the moment. We are a worldwide team. The main headquarters is in New York, and at the same time, we are spread all over the world really well, and we have both managerial, educational, scaling expertise on our side. When it comes to the next steps, within the next 5 years, our plan is to get to $1 billion worth of recurring revenues. We want to really transform the educational ecosystem in emerging countries to provide accessibility, affordability, and great quality of education to the students. And the good thing is, why I love this business is because from one side, yes, we have financial goals, we're hitting them, but also the social aspect really is what drives us, because once you actually talk to these students, it's not just numbers, it's the students, and it's amazing to see them grow within our ecosystem. So this far, we've raised $20 million just to get to this point, and now we're looking at a next raise of $50 to $100 million, which we will start towards the end of the year. So we are here, we are ready to network, we're ready to make new connections, and I just want to thank you so much for your attention. And here are my contact details. Please do not hesitate to reach out via email or the NOAH app. And thanks again, Marco, for organizing this event.